Hey guys, this is the first crafting video of the December season. I like to get in the spirit and I wanted to create some fun gifts and little tidbits, so I decided I would show you. So the first thing we're going to make is this pretty Christmas mug, and I can't wait to show you, so let's just get on to what you're going to need for this video. Here we go. I don't toss mugs. I'm silly. Sorry. So to start with this project, you're going to need a mug, some Sharpies, and I got this like giant pack last year for the holidays for my parents. But I think since this is like a Christmas themed video, we're probably just going to be using mainly our red and green. But if I so choose to use any colors, I'll let you know and we'll go through this whole process together. So for the mug, you can generally get a plain white mug from any craft store. I think, if I remember correctly, because I bought this one a while ago, I got this one for $1 at the dollar store here in Oregon. So yeah, you're definitely going to want to wash it, check it, make sure it looks how you want it to, and then we can go ahead and get started decorating. Alright, so once you've cleaned your mug and then you are ready to go. If you make any mistakes, go ahead and use a Q-tip with some rubbing alcohol to wipe it off. I will make a mistake here in a second and show you what it does. But first, I encourage you to draw up a rough design of kind of what you want. I took the scrap piece of paper and really lightly sketched kind of the mug and the idea I had. Personally, I love bows and getting presents, so my mug is going to be relatively simple and just have a giant bow on it, I think. And I'm going to make the handle say Taya's mug and probably put something really cute. And then the handle itself right here on the side and the inside is going to be a candy cane on both sides. So I think we should just go ahead and get started, and I will show you guys what it looks like when you mess up. So we're just going to use my bright green because that way if it doesn't do. So say you drew something on your mug and you didn't like it. So I just kind of did a green scribble right here. I have this magical spray bottle here that I had put rubbing alcohol into for injuries that I get. Spray it, got a little on my hand. Now it's on my Q-tip, and the Q-tip just picks it right up. You do want to clean it off, make sure that it's good to go, and dry it before you bake it, which we will do later. But first, let's go ahead and do the design, and we're probably just going to time-lapse it so you don't have to sit here and watch me do this the entire time. Here we go. I did already decorate one side because I thought it got what I kind of wanted. So I've realized that this is probably going to take a good bit of time, so let's just skip ahead and you guys can see the finished product, or at least most of it. Alright, the hardest part of my mug is done, which is the handle. I put like a little little mistletoe. I'm gonna add this here because I had to wipe it off when I was doing the candy cane piece. I just like little swirls. That's just a personal decision. And then there we go. I did the little candy cane stripes within the handle. That was so hard, and I've had to clean it off. It's still got like a little bit of a red tint here, but now I think it's time for our bow. So I'm going to draw the bow probably going under the handle all the way around and have a giant bow right here. Seeing as this is a Christmas mug, I do have purple because purple is my favorite color. Sorry, and I'm not even pointing out at the camera. Purple's my favorite color, and there's my little mistletoe and little thing, and the candy cane handle. I was thinking of what color bow I wanted to do, and since this is a Christmas mug, you would think maybe red or green. But I'm kind of thinking I want to do it in red, but I'm not sure. This is something else you should probably plan ahead that I didn't actually think about until now, what colors I was going to use. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to do the bow in red, yeah. So I'm going to use my red Sharpies again, and I'm probably going to use my ballpoint one that I have here, and sketch out the lines of how I want it. And then I'll do the inside of the bow silver, and then along the rim I'm gonna write Merry Christmas. Something to remember is I don't encourage putting Sharpie on the inside if you are going to drink out of it necessarily, but if it's just like a gift and you're gonna stuff it and like give it to someone as a present, I then go ahead. I did give my grandmother a plate one year covered in mistletoe, and it had a Christmas quote on it. I don't remember what it said. I did it last year, and she loved it. And my grandfather got a green mug that was golf themed because I thought that was cheesy and funny for him. But let's go ahead and try to draw our bow. So let's open up our Sharpie. Do be careful because mine is not quite dry and I don't have the patience. So when you hold it, try not to touch it too much because you don't want Sharpie on your hands. For a bow, what I have a tendency to do is I actually made one here out of pipe cleaner. It does have a centerpiece and then the two little ribbon parts and some dangling bits right here. Without these, even when you wrap it around something, it has like definition in these, and it does have like a center bow piece. Normally when I draw that centerpiece, I draw a square or a rectangle first, and once you have that's going to be your base, you go over it again and curve the edges around and kind of make it like a soft rectangle. In doing so, you're creating almost like an illusion that it's stuffed and nicely wraps around itself. Next, you draw the bow piece, which I generally draw almost like a Hello Kitty bow, excuse me, and do a big curve. Occasionally you can do like one big loop and things like that. This is just my preference and my favorite kind of bow to draw. And once you get this, if you want to add more definition to it, like I want to, I'm gonna draw this little loop here, which makes it look kind of like it's been wrapped in itself, and I'm gonna fill this with silver later. Once you have that on both sides, which I'll do in a minute, you're going to want to draw lines to connect them. So let's go ahead and draw the other part of the bow. It's okay if it's not perfectly even, but being me, I'm going to try to do my best, but I don't like measuring things, and I rough sketch generally everything. So here we go. Also with my dark sweater, it isn't easily seen if I get any Sharpie on it or anything. That's why I'm kind of really fast trying to wipe it off. Just like with my hearts, my bows seem to come out one side slightly bigger than the other. But as you can see, I kind of roughly sketched it more going towards the inside because we're going to color it in anyway. I might clean up in there a little bit later. Now to go out would be to wrap around which way the bow kind of goes. Again, to add definition, you want to add a slight, sorry guys, I keep doing that. So we're going to draw the line now, and to add more definition, you're going to want to add a slight curve to your ribbon as it wraps around. Under the handle, you're going to want to be really careful. And this is where I kind of, if you have a ballpoint, I suggest you might want to use that instead of this. That was part of the struggle with the candy cane stripes. As I was trying to draw the stripes in, I was bumping the extra white pieces because the Sharpie I was using, my regular standard Sharpie, is too thick. You can buy Sharpies at any craft store as well. Any materials that if you can't get them at the cheap at the dollar store or anything, you can definitely just find them at at your nearest craft store. My friend, I gave her this idea for her brother Hannah, her brother's wedding present. She decided, I gave her the idea to make him decorate a mug for him and his fiance, and came out super cute. We went to Michael's. She bought a relatively cheap mug, some nice, like a silver Sharpie while we were there. She went home to Portland. She already had black, so she got gold and silver while we were at the craft store. And so there's like a giant ribbon. It definitely didn't curve as much as I want to, so when I go to color it in, I'll probably clean it up. And now for the bottom piece down here, for the excess ribbon, you kind of want to I personally like adding curves and making it one of those cut V kind of style, like X styles, and drawing it up and then doing it again to the other side. And there you have it. That's one big bow. So I'm going to go ahead and color it in, and you guys don't necessarily have to watch me do it, so let's continue. Can I snap with my left hand? Not really. So, here we go. Alright, so I finished the bow, and I'm thinking it looks pretty dang good. I gave it some more dimension by adding a little bit of black dots and then using my red Sharpie to... there we go. Red Sharpie to make it a little bit darker. I did a similar thing with the silver and then used my ballpoint red to kind of give it a little bit of dimension within it. And isn't it really cool? I'm super excited with it. I think I'm going to take some black and draw some lines on the red. I'm still debating. But actually, you know what? I'm going to call it good. It looks really nice. Now we just got to write the words I want along the edge up here, and then it is ready to be popped into the oven. And I'll give you guys more details on that as soon as we finish writing the words. Alright, so now that I have added all of my fun writing and I call it good, you need to put it in the oven. Now here is the key part for this. You're going to want to put it in the oven before you start it and let it heat up with the oven, and then when it's done, because you're going to want to bake it for 30 minutes, you're going to want to let the oven cool down and let the mug cool down with it. By doing this, it keeps it from cracking or breaking or anything. So let's go ahead and turn on my oven. You're going to bake it at $3.50 for 30 minutes. Guys, this is our finished holiday mug. I think it came out super cute and I really like it. Come back next week to see how to make these cute little candy cane reindeer. And I think this mug makes a perfect gift for a family, a friend, or for yourself. So have a happy holidays and I'll see you next week. Remember to live, laugh, and love.